I only wish I could play in such a beautiful map. Well, Enrique, guess what? That is completely possible. There's absolutely nothing stopping y'all from being able to build up a Minecraft world that you are extremely proud of. And I would honestly say that if you do it yourself and you build it yourself and you come up with your own builds that you're going into it, that to you is going to be so much more beautiful than if you ever just played in somebody else's Minecraft world or used a bunch of builds from somebody else. If your Minecraft journey is all based around copying what other people are doing and trying to match yourself or compare yourself to content creators or your friends or just other people that you see in the Minecraft community sharing builds and everything like that, I think no matter how good of a builder you are, you will end up a little disappointed in what you're actually producing, because there's no way you can come up with every idea. People are always going to find these different little ideas and things like that, just little quirks of how to add blocks together to make a really cool shape. And there's no possible way one person is going to think of all of them first, or even think of them alone. You always need to work together as a community. Artists really grow the quickest and the most efficiently and reach their greatest forms by being inspired by others around them. That's true in any medium of art. You always need inspiration from others creating alongside you to really come up with something absolutely special and just amazing and beautiful. So I found this thing sitting in my shulker box here. It's a nice little comment of the day book. Yeah, I guess we're gonna try and bring those back for 2026. I kind of forgot about this, and then I got a little busy, and I meant to bring it back, and I felt weird bringing it back. But we're so back. I don't know, this could be the only one, but we're so back. Oh my god, dude, we're so back with the comment of the day book. Volume 2. Yeah, we're at 6. I didn't do that on purpose. It's 67 pages. Oh god, the comments are gonna suck on this one. Anyways, I picked out Enrique's first comment here because it stuck out to me. There was a lot of people who left comments like this on the World Tour video that I recently recorded and released back in December, and a lot of them came through in a very similar lens, and so we have a bunch of them in here that we're going to be talking about today. And the theme of today is going to be talking about how you should build up your own Minecraft world and how comparison is really the thief of joy, which I'm sure y'all have heard a million times over, but it is so true. That's why people keep saying it and yada, 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 yada. I do think, though, a big thing that has come through this question that I was thinking of with Enrique here saying they wish they could play on such a beautiful map, what I really said at the beginning there of you can make it yourself and you can get there is very true. But I do think a lot of people, you know, don't really stick with the Minecraft world the 12,303 days. Whether you're in hardcore, regular survival, peaceful, super flat, skyblock, whatever the heck you're playing, large biomes, small biomes, modded Minecraft, blah, 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 blah. I have been in this world for 4 years as my full-time job, and this has been something that I have logged into on a weekly basis unless I have been traveling and not at home to do so. So I put a lot of hours into everything going on in here, and I think that is a big comparison that a lot of people make and go, oh, it's so cool, he has this really cool city with 100-something buildings in it. Man, I wish I could have that in the world. But nobody really thinks about the time it took for me to actually build up the city. We started the city of Path here 3 years ago, literally over 3 years, which is just insane, and that we might be finishing it by the end of the 4th year, and that'll be 5 years inside this world. So most of what I've spent in the 5 years of this world has actually been just building up a single city. So more or less we've been here for 5 years. And through that time, you can see how much I've grown as a builder by constantly challenging myself and doing different things. Granted, I haven't been working on this every single day for the 3 years that this project's been ongoing, but it's always been in the back of my brain, thinking of new ideas and trying to come up with new concepts. Doesn't mean I'm actively building on it every day, but my brain has been thinking about those things, so the gears have been turning. And I would say the big thing is not being afraid of where you started with builds. I think is part of why my world has come forward so much and is really, really cool, which is also something that, as much as I am saying that, I'm guilty of not doing that. I have an old original survival world that was 5 years old and just about to hit 10,000 days. So we've officially passed that one in day count quite a while ago, in almost time of existence count, but that was before I was full-time on YouTube, so the amount of playtime in this one is much, much higher. And I also AFK'd in that world quite a bit, so it's very, very different. But the reason why I'm saying I'm guilty of that too is that I had that world and I wasn't really happy with a lot of the original builds that I had, and that kind of felt like my first big experience in survival Minecraft. And it was the first long-term survival world that I had ever made that I did more than just build a house and move on to do something else, or build a castle and then start a new world. That was the first one I had really stuck with for a while, and it helped me start to learn how I like to lay out and plan things, but I was still developing my building skills. So some of those things to me felt really old, and I wanted that clean slate. And then I also got really interested in hardcore, which is kind of what led us into all of this rabbit hole that we're currently still trying to find the bottom of. Leading into our next question here from Dorito Hair. Yes, lovely. Other hardcore Minecraft YouTubers just don't quite do it like this. They'll have a 10,000 day old world with a random big project here and another one 3,000 blocks away and another 4,000 blocks away, all only connected via nether tunnels. fWhip's whole world is alive, connected, aside from a random house on a mountain, and feels like a whole other world, an ecosystem almost. This is what my dream Minecraft world would look like, and this is Minecraft in its truest potential, in my opinion. I had a fWhip like on my comment, and then I edited to fix a typo, and it took my fWhip like away. Don't worry, Dorito Hair, I got you. I put it back, bud. The entire reason I got into building in Minecraft is to literally create an ecosystem, or as I call it in this way, the whole theme of this world is to create an interconnected fantasy world full of different civilizations and showing how they all link together and connect together. Part of that is all of our pathways and roads that lead across the world to go to the different civilizations that we have. This is Zeros world map, by the way, for anybody who's curious. But here we have the City of Path. We have all of the farmland growing out of it, out of the valleys and everything like that. We have this big river network coming all the way down here. And we have this other dwarven civilization that's starting up over here, feeling a little disconnected. There's kind of 3 points, and they're not even connected via a road. So we got to fix that soon, because we got starts of roads, start of road, plaza that's ready for roads to go out of it. Anyways, this is literally how and why I play Minecraft. Like this is the entire reason why I still love Minecraft, is to build civilizations and show a medieval fantasy world connected together, and just telling that story literally of how the people interact. That's the entire tagline and theme of this world, and it's something that I think has really held true, and it's something that is constantly drawing me back. Like any video game that I play, I love open world RPGs, and a big reason of that, and the ones that I really love, are the ones that flesh out the world and show you the world that you are living in, and whether you're doing your quests and fighting dragons and all of that fancy stuff, becoming a hero of the realm or whatever the title is of the video game you're in. If I don't feel connected to the world and feel like I'm a part of this big ecosystem, I don't really get a whole lot of enjoyment out of it. The world building is very huge for me, and that is something that has come into how and why I play Minecraft, and really on the how of being able to create that stuff in here. Originally, when I got into Minecraft building, it was because I wanted to learn more about laying out villages and things and games and stuff, and like misadventures right now. Having my recent Grizzly Den dungeon come to life has been really cool, seeing players play through that. Because if you didn't know, originally I wanted to get into the gaming industry and be like a level designer or an encounter designer behind like a big open world RPG or MMO or something like that. And so I brought that same idea here into how I play Minecraft, and being able to like have misadventures to bring a dungeon to life and actually play along that line instead of just like creating the set here that we have. This is all just a set that then we can interact with and do what we wish in here and bring our Minecrafty stuff inside of it, but it's still bound within Minecraft. And it's just a really fun way to go. But that's the reason why I play. But I would say don't really hate on how others are playing Minecraft. This is the Minecraft in its truest potential for how Dorito Hair likes to play Minecraft, or how I like to play Minecraft. But then you look at the technical community and they might be like, ooh, but that's not efficient of how I can create my creeper farm that's going to make 50 million gunpowder in 3.2 seconds. So, you know, maybe they need to have their stuff spaced out, because if they have it all connected, interconnected like this, it's not going to be as efficient, which is how they play Minecraft. And I also think that's like one of the coolest reasons for Minecraft, or like coolest things about Minecraft, and one of the reasons why it's so popular is because there are so many different ways you can play this game, and that is absolutely amazing. So again, back to that line of comparison is the thief of joy and blah 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 blah. Just, I would say, play Minecraft how you love to play, and if you enjoy playing the same way that I enjoy playing, I hope you continue to enjoy the videos and everything that I make, and hopefully I can keep inspiring y'all to continue wanting to make and create things in your own Minecraft worlds and grow your own Minecraft worlds, and really convince people that that long-term one that you don't quit can eventually turn into that really beautiful, crazy looking map that you just have so much enjoyment and connection to. Whether you've designed every build in there, or you've at least like laid out how things are going, and then you're like, you know what, to Pinterest, we're finding a build that I want to throw in here that's going to fit because I just can't be bothered to come up with one right now. That's also a very acceptable way to play the game and do all that kind of stuff too. I was reading Dorito Hair's comment, and literally the next one was this one from Calony Doolittle Odell, saying, I honestly find that this series and world is what I hold as a standard that I compare every other survival Let's Play to. That's my typo. The depth in your world is just next level. They also said that they think I should bring back the comment of the day videos back. So, well, bam, there you go. It's right here. I would say for one, this is, again, like building off the last one, this is how I play Minecraft, and this is how I do things. But as far as the standard to compare other people to, obviously it's pretty impossible to not have some level of comparison. But make sure to give everybody else, whether they're big creators, small creators, whatever size and style and whatever that they're doing, it might not be something that fits perfect for you, but with Minecraft being that broad gameplay style where anybody can find a way that they're going to enjoy this game, I would say don't really fully compare, be like, this one isn't as good as fWhip, I'm not going to watch it. There's a lot of really amazing content creators out there that have their own way of playing the game that I think have a really cool full experience in Minecraft that is still worthwhile to watch. And I honestly think sometimes for me to find some new ideas and what I want to do within my own world, I actually find that if I watch series that are not within my like safety bubble of what I typically do in the game and what I'm typically going for, as long as it's something I can understand, I'm probably not going to watch some crazy technical Minecraft survival Let's Play series because I just won't understand what's going on in there. But if they can make it in a way that, you know, sounds like they're speaking English instead of something else, programming language, then like I'm in. But I would say that I actually encourage people, if you're trying to be your most true creative self, breaking out of your comfort zone and watching content that isn't necessarily that same way that you play in your Minecraft survival world, that can actually be something that can help you come up with a lot more unique ideas and kind of break away from a mold that you might be stuck in. So yeah, as much as I appreciate all of the love and everything that I'm doing here, just because somebody else isn't building a giant fantasy world and doing all this crazy stuff that I'm doing, doesn't mean what they're doing isn't as good. They're just going about it in a different way and going about it in a different route. So give it its space to thrive and go for. And also make sure this goes for all of you. If you're building up your own Minecraft worlds, don't, again, back to the tagline of this one, don't compare it too much to like what I have going on or what other content creators have going on, because I just, like, for one, I have more hours to put into this thing than a lot of y'all do, I'm sure, because you have other responsibilities and jobs and school and friends and all that type of stuff. And I would say that it's important to still find enjoyment in the amount of time that you are able to put into things. And I know for me that a lot of people ask, like, would you be playing Minecraft as much if this wasn't your job? And the answer is just like a clear no, because time would be going to other things. And then people always say, would you still be playing hardcore if this was your job? And I think the answer for that for me is probably a no. I think honestly, if this wasn't my full-time job and I was just still playing Minecraft as a hobby, I think in the same way before I got in Minecraft YouTube, I was purely a creative builder. All I did was build in creative mode because that was a way to get a cool looking finished product and something that I could really enjoy without putting a whole lot of hours into the grind of all of it. And then I still left time to play other video games and do other things. So I would say finding the way that you enjoy Minecraft the most and kind of building off of that is a really, really cool way to continue. Question number 4 coming in from Blueberry Jam. The amount of unique builds in this world is so impressive, it's almost frustrating. Does my world need charcoal mounds or a door carver? No. Am I jealous I didn't think of that first? Yes. Am I going to build those things? Also yes. I love fWhip, and this is my favorite series on YouTube. Well, I really appreciate that, Blueberry Jam. Lovely to have you. And over here are the charcoal mounds that they are talking about. as just something fun. And I will say, I didn't even come up with the idea first myself. Maybe actually I've seen a lot of other people way back in the day build these up, so it kind of used to be something. I've seen somebody who even made one where you could throw items in the top of here. It would get picked up by a hopper minecart and actually get smelted and thrown back out. So you could even take this another step further than I did. This is purely just decorative here for some fun. And then the way that I got the idea to want to build these here, which I believe I mentioned in the video when I was working on them, is I was playing Manor Lords, and Manor Lords has charcoal burners that you can make to get charcoal, so your people don't have to waste firewood for the winter, and they can, you know, survive off of less trees being chopped down, so it helps progress the game. Anyways, so I was playing that, and I was like, oh my gosh, I could build these here, because we're trying to make a lot of this space out here just showing like a full living environment. And a lot of these things out over this direction were also other ideas that I took from that game. So if you're looking for build ideas for your Minecraft world, sometimes playing other games and things is a great way to go. And just kind of finding that enjoyment in playing other games can help inspire what you want to do in here. Like we have, I believe one of the professions in Manor Lords is something to do with dyes, and they need berries. So I took an idea off of that and did that here with a bunch of different flowers to represent dyes. So that's kind of where that house came from. I believe that's also supposed to be a weaver. Then we have our goat herder over here. But down this way, I had no idea what to do for any of the houses along this stretch, so I just literally went to the Manor Lords wiki and was like, what professions do they have in there that I don't have here? So this is actually meant to be a little malt house of sorts for cooking down all that stuff in there and blah, 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 blah. This guy here, I can't really remember. All I know is it has some chickens and we've got like a grain silo. And then this out here is supposed to be a forager's hut of somebody who would go out into the wilderness, into the forest, and pick berries and find mushrooms and all that kind of cool stuff that would just be growing out there, so they could have like a simple forageable food supply. And then also part of Manor Lords is that if you keep planting the same field over and over and over again, you take all the nutrients out of it and then your crop can't grow as much. So I put a fallow field in here that's being left to rest for all the nutrients to come back into the land, which is like a little bit of seed that was left behind or something that's kind of grown up in here. But those are just some ideas on how you can find inspiration for other things by just playing another game. I find city builders, survival games, colony survival sims, those types of things have a lot of really cool build ideas. Anything where you're making structures, so even like a real-time strategy game like Age of Empires has a lot of really cool buildings and things in it that you can go through, or like a Kingdom Come Deliverance. Cyberpunk 2077 is something that's been really inspiring my Nether hub that I'm working on. And so you can find all those things. It's just cool inspiration sources outside of Minecraft to bring you back in here, and then use that to inspire the builds that you're going to be adding in next. Same way that we have a random brewery out there because I wanted to get all the dogs, and I was like, what do I do for a build to showcase all of the dogs? And being in Seattle, there's a lot of little breweries here all over the place, and they're all super dog friendly, and people in Minecraft love to build cat cafes. So I was like, well, obviously I need a dog brewery then, so that just makes sense as a place to put all of my different dogs. So that inspired the build out here. And then the build palette kind of came from that, of some inspiration that I found online for, I just really like the whitewash and really like kind of grimy aged look. And then that is expanded to the build palette all over this region. And then for the brewery, we need to figure out how they're brewing beer, and that comes from hops. So I was looking up pictures of hop fields and how they all grow on these big like trellisy things. So this is my attempt to try and bring that into Minecraft. And that's just a little bit of the thought process of how all of this stuff out here came together. Oh my gosh, you're so freaking cute, Stinky. So whether it's a Minecraft mechanic that you're trying to use to inspire something, or whether it's a thing that you see IRL or in a different video game, in a movie, or read about in a book, and that kind of inspires a vision in your head, try and bring that into something that you're doing in here, and you can have some really cool stuff come from it. But also happy to be a source of inspiration for y'all, to give you some ideas of being like, oh my gosh, I never thought of that thing. That thing's so cool to add in. And being able to bring that into the world here, and then help finish telling, or continue telling. There's no way to finish the story of this world. That's kind of the point of a long-term Minecraft world, is you never really finish. You always keep going, you keep adding to it, and you can complete a build, but you never complete the entire world. And even at that, I feel like you could always come back and tinker and add more details and little stuff here and there. There's always going to be some empty corner like this that we could add something to, because it should look like that, but it looks like that. So we'll have to get to that here pretty soon, if I can remember. Like, we even added our latest field right in over here. Look at that. We needed a place to throw something in this corner, and now we got a pitcher pod field. So with Minecraft always adding new things, you use that stuff to inspire new build ideas and fun things to do in your world, whether you want to do something with the happy gas, the zombie nautilus, or the nautilus, the zombie horse, even the coral nautilus, do some underwater bases and stuff right now. There's a lot of ways to find inspiration for that and kind of keep building up in the world if you don't have ideas that you want to go off of. Or, you know, seeing what other content creators are up to and things going on in the world, or random builds you can find on Pinterest, Instagram, all that cool stuff. You can find a lot of inspiration out there. I think the other part that I would say on this one is in the idea, does my world need blank? The true answer for any of that in Minecraft is no. There's absolutely no reason to do anything in this game. There's no requirements. You can literally live out of a 3x3 place in the middle of a field, make it all, well, I guess for and if you want an enchanter, which you don't even need to beat the game. People beat the game in like 7 minutes or something ridiculous like that. So you don't even need any of that stuff to beat the game in reality. So you don't even need a crafting table. Well, actually you do. You don't even need a chest. You don't even need a barrel. You don't need an enchanter setup. There's nothing in Minecraft being a sandbox game that you actually need. The whole idea is, do you want to do it? And if it sounds like something fun that you want to do, then I say go for it. Why not? Why not have some fun with it? Come up with some new ideas and build those things out. So like, does my world need a charcoal mound over there? No, absolutely not. But it helps progress the story of everything going on in here. The same way, does your world need a blacksmith? Does your world need a horse stables? Does your world need a storage room or any type of that stuff? It's like, no, none of that stuff is actually needed. You can just leave it all sitting out in the middle of a field and it'll be totally fine. Even if you never walk anywhere in your Minecraft world, your hunger never goes down, so you don't even need to plant a wheat field. But that would be terrible. Of course that's the one that you need to do. You have to plant a field. That's the absolute needed one. But anyways, I'm just ranting at this point. Thank you so much for coming back into the comment of the day videos. If you're excited to see more of these things, be sure to let me know down in the comments below. Click the like button, subscribe to fWhip too if you haven't already, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Bye.